Please do not take life for granted. So many people take life for granted, and then they always get this glimpse of reality when something really, really bad happens. When something happens to their family, or when something happens in the news. It's like it always takes tragedy or just something awful for people to finally wake up and realize, oh, yeah, life is short and life is crazy. Please do not live like that. When something bad happens in someone's life, it's like they start to act right. They start to appreciate things. They don't take life for granted. They start to be nice to people. They start to say to themselves, oh, I'm going to change and I'm going to start being a better person. And that's good. The unfortunate part is that it takes tragedy for that to happen. I specifically remember when Kobe Bryant died, everybody was like, love your family and love the people around you and treat everybody with kindness because you never know when they're gonna go. And life is short and you never know when you're gonna, never see someone again. And it's true. Life is short and things happen so quick. And it's all unexpected and it happens all the time. But the worst part is when these types of things happen, like death or some sort of tragedy, people wake up and they only wake up for a temporary amount of time. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a couple months, and it could be a couple days. And then they just go back to being the piece of garbage person that they are. They start being rude again and disrespectful, and they literally take life for granted. And then it's just a cycle, and then something else bad happens and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta be a good person, I forgot. Do not forget. I remember Gary Vee literally posted about it. He was like, rest in peace Kobe Bryant, please do not let this tragedy make you realize that you need to act right. And I said the same thing, and I posted it that day. The same thing I said, please do not let this be, the only reason you start acting right. And even if it is, carry that with you. Don't wait a month and then just go back to how you were, because you're not doing any good. It's crazy. It's like when someone passes away in someone's family or something like that, and they finally get that moment of realization, I'm going to start being a lot nicer to people, and I'm going to start being a good person. And it's like that week that they live after that is so good. They really are full of love and full of life, and they're respectful, and they're starting to understand what it is to be a proper human being. And then they just stop. It never ever continues. And it all goes back to desensitization. We're all desensitized to these crazy events that happen all the time. We feel bad, we grieve, and we have remorse, and we take a few days to try and get better. And then we just forget. We just forget. And we go right back to our old ways. That's not good. Do not be that type of person. Do not fall into that cycle of like, oh, now I'm a good person, but I'm actually a piece of garbage. But like, this guy just died, so like, I should be nicer to people. Don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy. You need to live, and again, I think Gary Vee said this. He was like, I live every day like my family just died. Because if you go through a death that really hits home for you, like you change in that moment. And you're like, whoa. And you have a total moment of realization, like, whoa, like I'm going to be a good person. And that's how he says he lives every day. That's how you should live. That's how you should live every single day. That's a little bit of an extreme example. How's it going, guys? Good. That's a bit of an extreme example, but it's true. Like that feeling that you get when you realize like that life is short and you should always be a good person and you shouldn't be a piece of crap. You should live like that every day. And you shouldn't have to wait for another bad thing to happen for you to say, okay, it's time again. That shouldn't happen. You have to live like that all the time. People take life for granted and they don't even realize. They don't take care of their body. They're not nice to their parents or their friends. And most importantly, like, they don't take care of themselves. You have to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself and, you just become this unhappy person that gives off terrible energy and you give that to other people. And it's just, energy is so contagious. So you have to be good energy, high energy. And you want people to feed off of your energy. Because they will feed off of you, whether it's good or bad. If you have bad energy, people will feed off that. And you will influence people in a negative way. It's the truth. So, just please don't let tragedy and awful situations like death, don't let that be your wake-up call to be like, all right, life is short and I've been a piece of garbage lately. I'm gonna try and get it together. Don't just keep doing that over and over and over again. I remember, I was in that cycle, and then I realized, dude, stuff like this happens all the time. And, I have a family that it could happen to as well. Pets and friends, and it's just, life is so short. Why are you gonna just be a good person all the time? It's not that hard. Is it really that hard to not be, awful? Is it really that hard? Don't be like that. Nobody likes that. And nobody wants to be around that. And nobody is going to benefit from that type of person. Just don't be that guy. Be the guy that spreads good energy. Be the guy that says that you're thankful for your friends and your family. You meet some strangers. Be the guy that says I'm so thankful for meeting you guys. You're such good people. And you'd be amazed at how good that makes people feel. Because no one has the courage to speak like that. No one ever says listen, I know we just met, but you're an awesome person and you give off great energy. And I'm just really happy that I met you. No one has the courage to say that. They think it's weird. It's not weird. It's like people are so quick to judge. Like, people are so quick to judge you. And then say something bad happens to you. They're like, oh, he was such a good guy. Like, oh, he's so smart and intelligent and he was such a good guy. But the whole time the whole time you were either alive or there was nothing wrong with you, they had nothing to say that was good. It's crazy. Just don't take life for granted. It can literally, like, it goes so quick. For you, for your family, for your friends, pets, and anybody else. And don't just blow over any of these crazy things that happen all the time. Like, soak it in and feel that. It'll make you a better person over time. That's all I gotta say.